Hello, this is Everard Junction again, and this is a video of me making the TMD. So basically, this is it, and what I wanted was a smooth concrete surface for engineers and drivers to get out safely and move equipment about and stuff like you see at the front of most depots across the country. There's quite often concrete to at the height of the rail. And basically I sort of had two choices with this. I could have made it out of plastic card or cardboard or something, or I could have done what I've done here and used filler. I've decided to go with the filler because you get a much more concrete-like look, especially when it's properly dried, because you get some cracks and stuff in there. And also I couldn't really be arsed with the hassle of measuring and cutting lots of different pieces of plastic card or cardboard, especially over here where it gets complicated with corners and stuff. And I've just decided to go with the filler basically. Now a lot of you may be thinking, why haven't I filled in the middle section? Well, there's two reasons for that really. Reason one is because I've seen a few pictures of TMDs with concrete areas that do actually look like this. This bit here is left with grey ballast in, which I assume is for drainage or something, or locos leaking oil, and then it just drains into the gravel rather than spewing all over the concrete. And the second reason I decided to not bother with filling in the middle section and just leaving it with the ballast is because, well, if it went a bit too close to the rails with the filler and then dried rock hard, I would be able to fix it, but it would take me a long time and I may never get perfect running again. So when I found those pictures of TMDs without this middle section filled in, I decided, well, that's good. I can go ahead with this method, which just means the trains will run a little bit more smoothly and I shouldn't have any problems. Right, here's the test piece I made. It's just a piece of hardboard I had left over from doing the back scene, and I got this bit of old Hornby track, joined it up and did the filler, and I was very pleased with how the edges came out, and this middle section looks quite good too, but as you can see it's very close. This is after a lot of filing as well. Ooh, lost focus there, but you can see it's very close, and the tolerances are very, very fine. And some of my locos have quite chunky wheels. I didn't really want to do this over here because I could have issues with different stock I buy, and I want to have smooth running on the layout. I want this to be fun to operate and not look really realistic but not work very well at all. I'd rather err on more of the side of operation. The filler is now dried and it's all been sanded nice and smooth, level to the rails, and now it's basically time to give it a test and see if it's worked. If it doesn't work, then you just have to keep sanding it until it does work. So let's see how this goes. I'm using the 47 to test this at the moment. Works nice and slowly, and it goes all the way to the buffer stops at the end. So I just have to keep testing all the roads, and then once I'm happy that it's all working, I'll paint it. Right, as you've just seen, it works, which is pretty good, because I've done a lot of sanding to get it nice and flush along the rails. So yeah, I'll just bring the train in so you can see what it'll sort of look like when it's finished. You'll get the nice sort of concrete effect. Move it all the way to the end. There you go, so that looks really good. So we got the nice concrete around the 47. It's got the cab lights as well, which look really cool. That's a nice touch. So I'll start painting it now, and then we'll get a better idea of what this is going to look like in the end. I'm using Tamiya acrylic paint, which dries quite quickly, and just to help it along a bit you can use a hairdryer. So I've got one at the moment because here it's still quite wet and I need to do another coat of paint, so see how this works. The hairdryer's done a nice job and this slot's almost dry. I'll give it another quick coat with a sort of slightly thinner, maybe washed completely to a wash. I've been using sort of I'd say almost a 50-50 mix, but not quite, because the polyfiller likes to absorb some of the paint. But when this is properly dried, I'll give it a final coat and it'll look pretty good. I think you can see already that it's starting to look pretty good, and it's not the same in every single area, it varies, which is what I was looking for, because obviously this is a servicing point and the concrete's been there for a while. It'll be stained. Some trains may have been parked for longer periods than others in different places, causing different areas that get bleached in the sun. So it's starting to look quite good. And then I'll paint the sleepers back to the original colour, and I'll just use a big brush and a wash of black paint to do that, and that will bring that back, and then it's ready for white lines and ballast.